My friend, before we begin, I want you to take a slow breath with me, in and out. Let your shoulders relax. Let your heart settle, just a little. This moment isn't crowded. This moment isn't noisy. It's just you and God, and the gentle truth He has been trying to whisper into your spirit. Don't go back. Don't return to what I delivered you from. Don't step into what once drained you, because something better, something quieter, something more aligned with your future is ahead. You haven't heard this by accident. You were led here. There's a softness in your spirit today, a quiet ache, a quiet longing, something deep inside you that has been wrestling between staying where you are or turning back to where you once were, because it's familiar. And in that gentle wrestling, God is speaking, and He's saying, don't go back. Not because the past was all wrong, not because you failed, not because you are unworthy, but because He has shifted something inside you. He has matured something in you. He has healed something you didn't even know was broken. You're not who you were, and the season behind you no longer fits who you're becoming. My friend, you're growing, silently, slowly, sacredly, even in the places where you feel stuck, tired, or unsure. You've outgrown rooms that once felt like home. You've outgrown habits that once kept you comfortable. You've outgrown people who once felt necessary for your survival. And God, gently, patiently, lovingly, is saying, don't go back. Don't shrink to fit who you used to be. Don't return to the place where you had to silence yourself just to be accepted. Don't walk back into environments that broke you every time you tried to heal. Something better is ahead. Something lighter. Something purer. Something woven into your destiny. Listen. I feel this so strongly for you. There is a door you cried over when it closed. There is a chapter you begged God to reopen. There is a person, a season, a comfort zone. You almost convinced yourself you need it again. But heaven's whisper is clear. If it belonged to your future, it would not have fallen away. God is not punishing you. He is protecting you. He is guiding you into alignment, into a future where your heart is steady, your mind is clear, your spirit is whole. You're not losing anything. You're being prepared for something better. There's a scripture that holds you softly in this moment. Isaiah 43, 18-19. You know the words, but hear them with your heart today. Do not dwell on the former things. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? God isn't just improving your life, He's transforming it. He's opening something that wasn't ready before. He's aligning things that needed time. He's healing wounds you never spoke about. He's clearing paths you can't yet see. You think you're waiting on God, but God has been waiting on you to release what you've already outgrown. Picture this with me. You're standing at a crossroads. Behind you is a door with familiar handwriting, safe, known, predictable. But heavy, ahead of you is a narrow path, gentle light spilling onto the ground, peace pulling you forward, hope rising in your chest, and the whisper of God saying, ahead. Keep walking ahead. Don't go back. There are blessings waiting that old seasons could never hold. I know the past sometimes feels easier because it's familiar, because you already know how to navigate its pain, because returning feels safer than risking the unknown. But you aren't being called to safety. You are being called to destiny, and the future God is preparing for you needs the version of you who can walk forward with steady faith, even when the map isn't clear. So for now, breathe, rest your heart. Allow this truth to sink in. You're not going backward. You're not returning to old patterns, old fears, or old versions of yourself. Something better, far better, is already waiting ahead of you. Stay with me as we go deeper into what God is preparing for your next season. My friend, take one more slow breath, in and out. Let your heart lean into this moment. Let your spirit become still enough to hear the whisper beneath the noise, because God is still speaking, softly, deeply, tenderly, and He is saying again, don't go back. Not this time, not in this season, not when I've brought you too far to return to what once broke you. There are moments in life when God closes a door, not because it was a punishment, but because it was preparation. He closes it to protect your mind, to preserve your peace, to redirect your steps, to push you into the destiny you would never choose on your own. You cried over some of those doors. You questioned God because of those endings. You wondered why things didn't stay the way you hoped. But heaven has seen the full picture. And today God is whispering, if you saw what I see, you would thank me for every closed door. Some seasons were not meant to come with you. Some relationships could not carry the weight of who you are becoming. Some places were too small for the calling on your life. Some patterns were too damaging for your spirit to survive in. God isn't calling you backward because your future requires space. And old seasons were too limited for the greatness inside you. My friend, there's a reason the past feels uncomfortable now. There's a reason you don't fit where you used to fit. There's a reason you can't force yourself into old habits anymore. Growth has happened. Healing has happened. Awakening has happened. And what once felt familiar now feels foreign. That's not confusion. It's confirmation. God says, I am leading you forward, not back into what made you settle, not back into what drained your joy, not back into what silenced your voice. Forward. Even if the steps feel shaky, even if the path feels unfamiliar, even if part of you still mourns what once was. Forward, because that is where your peace is. Forward, because that is where your blessing is. Forward, because that is where the promise unfolds. There is a story in the Bible where God told Lot's family not to look back, not because He wanted to limit them, but because He knew what was behind them could not sustain what He planned ahead. And for you, this is a season where God is gently touching your chin, lifting your face, and turning your eyes toward your tomorrow. He is whispering, look forward, keep going. Something better is coming. And I know how hard it is to walk away from what feels familiar, from the things you prayed would work, from the people you deeply wanted to keep, from the comfort you almost ran back to. But hear this, you are not walking away from stability. You are walking toward destiny. You are not losing your way. You are finding the path God designed just for you. You are not going backward. You are becoming. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine God placing His hand over your heart. Feel the warmth. Feel the stillness. Feel the reassurance. He's saying, trust me. Don't return to the place where you cried yourself to sleep. Don't reopen the door I closed to protect your spirit. Don't go back to surviving when I am teaching you how to live. Your future is stretching, opening, glowing in front of you. And it is better, far better than what you're leaving behind. You are stepping into a divine turning point, a shift, a new chapter, a new peace. Stay with me as we go deeper into God's promise and what it truly means that something better is ahead. My friend, Before we continue, take another slow breath. Let everything inside you soften again. Let the noise settle. Let your heart open just a little more, because God is still speaking, quietly, peacefully, into the deepest places of your story, and His whisper hasn't changed. Don't go back. Something better is ahead. Sometimes, when you are close to a breakthrough, your past suddenly calls out to you, trying to pull you back into old cycles, old wounds, old versions of yourself. Not because the past is truly what you want, but because it's familiar. And familiarity often feels safer than stepping into the unknown. But hear me gently. Your past is not your home. Your past is where you learned, not where you're meant to live. And God is inviting you into a future where you no longer have to repeat survival patterns just to feel stable. God says, I am bringing you into a season where you no longer have to fight for peace. You will simply walk in it. You've fought long enough. You've carried battles that no one else saw. You've comforted others while your own heart broke quietly. You've held on when letting go felt impossible. But God is leading you into a gentler season, one where peace is not fragile or temporary or stolen by circumstances, but peace that stays, peace that roots itself, peace that strengthens you from within. Imagine yourself walking through a field at sunrise, the grass cool beneath your feet, the sky brushing soft gold on the horizon, the world around you quiet and safe. That's the picture of your next season. Quiet, steady, full of promise. You don't have to run. You don't have to chase. You don't have to prove yourself. God is guiding you into a place where your soul can breathe again. My friend, you have spent so much of your life trying to fix things that were never your responsibility, trying to carry people who were never meant to be your weight, trying to hold together situations that God Himself was trying to release you from. But now, you're stepping into a season where the weight is lifting, God says. You don't have to carry what I never asked you to carry. You are being freed from burdens you normalized, from expectations that crushed your spirit, from cycles that drained you emotionally. Your heart is learning rest again. Your spirit is remembering how to breathe. Your future is quietly unfolding. There is a passage in Proverbs that says, "The path of the righteous is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day." Not suddenly, not instantly, but brighter and brighter and brighter. That is your journey. God doesn't need you to rush. He just needs you to keep walking forward, even if your steps are small. Every step forward is a step into more light, more clarity, more healing, more peace. And listen, this part is for your heart. You're not walking away in bitterness. You're walking away in obedience. You're not leaving because you're weak. You're leaving because you're growing. You're not ending a chapter in loss. You're stepping into a chapter in alignment. God is not taking you backward. He is maturing you forward. And the version of you that is emerging, the healed you, the strengthened you, the peaceful you, could never survive in the environments you're leaving behind. So breathe again, slowly, and let your heart rest in this truth. Your future is brighter than you think. Your next season is softer than the last one. And something better, truly better, is waiting for you just ahead. Stay with me, where we go deeper into how God guides your future steps and prepares blessings you haven't even imagined yet. My friend, take a slow breath again. Let your heart settle. Let your shoulders release the tension they've been holding. You've come this far into the message because something in your spirit knows the truth. You were not meant to live backward. You were created to grow forward, toward what God has lovingly prepared for you. And in this moment, heaven's whisper is still tender and clear. Don't go back. I have something better, something softer, something holy ahead of you. There is a future God has been aligning behind the scenes, a future shaped by His love, protected by His hand, and timed with His wisdom. And even though you can't see everything yet, you can feel the shift. You can sense the pull. You can feel the quiet invitation. Move forward with me. Let me show you what I've been shaping for your life. This next season isn't about chaos, or confusion, or emotional exhaustion. This next season is about alignment. It's about rest. It's about clarity. It's about the version of you that God has been patiently forming through every trial, every tear, every quiet moment of surrender. God says, I'm not leading you into another storm. I'm leading you into stability. I'm leading you into peace. I'm leading you into people who can love you without draining you. I'm leading you into opportunities that honor who you truly are. This is not the season where you return to what broke you. This is the season where God rebuilds you. Imagine yourself standing on a quiet path, the light in front of you warm and welcoming. Not harsh, not overwhelming, but steady like God's presence. You take one step forward, then another, and suddenly the weight on your chest feels lighter. The air around you feels gentler. Your soul feels seen and safe. This is what God is leading you into. A path where your spirit can breathe freely. Not a path of fear, not a path of confusion, but a path of divine clarity. My friend, as God guides you into better, you may notice certain things falling away. People who can't walk with you. Relationships that no longer feel aligned. Habits that keep pulling you backward. Voices that used to shape you but now feel distant. Places that once held you but now feel small. This is not loss. This is pruning. This is God preparing your branches for more fruit. Jesus said in John 15 that God prunes every branch, not to harm it, but to make it more fruitful. So if something is being released, let it go gently. Let it fall softly from your life. Your hands must be free to receive what God is sending next. And I want to say something gently. It's okay if moving forward feels scary. It's okay if the unknown feels bigger than your faith. It's okay if you feel unprepared. Even the strongest believers have moments where they whisper, God, I don't know how to do this. And God responds, you don't need to know how. You just need to stay with me. Forward isn't about certainty. Forward is about trust. Psalm 32:8 says, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will guide you with my loving eye, not a heavy hand, not an angry voice, but a loving eye. God watches you gently, carefully, tenderly. He is not pushing you. He is guiding you. He is not demanding perfection. He is offering direction. He is not punishing you for your past. He is preparing you for your promise. My friend, the moments you feel confused, the moments you feel stretched, the moments things fall apart and force you forward, those are the moments where God is aligning your life. He is shaping your path. He is removing distractions. He is healing your identity. He is strengthening your spirit. He is softening your heart. He is preparing you for rooms, opportunities, and relationships that match your calling. You don't need to go back to what once comforted you. God is leading you into what will complete you. So breathe again and place your future gently in God's hands, because He is guiding you step by step, breath by breath, moment by moment, towards something better than you've ever imagined. Stay with me, where we move deeper into the revelation of what better really means in your life, and how God is preparing joy, peace, and restoration for your next season. My friend, take one more slow breath. Let your heart soften. Let your spirit ease into stillness again. You've walked with me through this message, and you're doing it with courage, with honesty, with quiet strength. And God sees that. He sees the effort it takes to keep walking forward when your heart remembers the past, to choose growth over comfort, to trust what you cannot yet see. And in His kindness He whispers again, don't go back. Something better is ahead. Better doesn't always mean bigger. Better doesn't always mean louder. Better doesn't always mean more. In God's language, better means peaceful. Better means aligned. Better means restful. Better means healed. Better means whole. Better means divinely timed. The world teaches you to chase what shines, but God leads you into what fits. Not everything shiny is meant for your spirit. Not everything familiar is meant for your future. God's better matches your soul. It strengthens you, protects you, and nurtures the person He's forming in you. God says, better is coming in ways you didn't expect. Better in your peace. Better in your relationships. Better in your mental clarity. Better in your direction. Better in your spiritual strength. Better in the quiet confidence I am building within you. You prayed for a change. You prayed for answers. You prayed for breakthrough. God is answering those prayers by preparing a future that doesn't repeat your old pain. There is a peace ahead that won't disappear when circumstances shift. A peace that stays even when life feels uncertain. There is a joy ahead that won't require you to pretend, to perform, or to hide parts of yourself. There is a purpose ahead that will give meaning to the tears you cried, the battles you fought, the nights you stayed awake wondering if God still remembered you. He did. He always did. He never forgot you for a moment. The reason God doesn't want you to go back is because He has been cleansing your spirit from the things that once weighed you down. Old fears, old patterns, old heartbreak, old cycles, old mindsets, old environments, old attachments. He's been loosening their grip on you, and now your heart is lighter. Light enough to receive what He's been preparing. Forward is your direction. Healing is your portion. Peace is your inheritance. Sometimes you fear moving forward because you worry you might miss what God has for you. But hear this softly. You cannot miss what God ordained. You cannot lose what God aligned. You cannot fail in what God has prepared for you. Your blessing is not fragile. Your purpose is not delicate. Your destiny is not dependent on perfection. God carries you even when you feel like you're walking alone. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." This scripture is not a cliche. It is a promise, a declaration, a divine blueprint for your life. God is not leading you into harm. He is leading you into hope, into purpose, into a future that reflects His goodness. My friend, listen carefully. You are stepping into a season where what once hurt will no longer hold power over you, where what once confused you will now become clear, where what once drained you will be replaced with what fills you, where what once broke you will now be a testimony of God's restoration. You asked God for better. You prayed for better, and heaven has responded. Better is ahead. Better is opening. Better is unfolding, slowly, steadily, beautifully. So breathe again, and let hope rise gently in your chest. The past is behind you. The shift is happening. The future is opening, and God's hand is on every step you take. Stay with me. The closing section, a healing, prophetic conclusion, and a powerful final blessing for your journey forward. You've walked with me through this entire message, my friend, and I want you to breathe once more, a deep, slow breath that gently tells your heart, you're safe, you're seen, you're held. You've listened with honesty, with courage, with a quiet openness that tells me your spirit is ready for what God is preparing. And now, as we enter this final part together, I want you to know this. God is not just leading you away from something, He is leading you toward something beautiful. He isn't just removing what was wrong, He is guiding you into what is right. He is not closing chapters to hurt you. He is making room for the part of your story you've prayed for in secret. God says, I am writing a new chapter for you, a chapter filled with peace you won't have to fight for, joy you won't have to fake, love that won't break you, rest that won't escape you. You've survived seasons that stole your energy, your hope, your confidence, but those seasons are behind you now. They shaped you, but they do not define you. What's ahead is more gentle, more aligned, more holy, and more beautiful than what you're leaving behind. God says, you are stepping into a future where you won't have to shrink yourself just to be accepted, where you won't have to pretend you're okay just to be loved, where you won't have to sacrifice your peace just to feel chosen. You are stepping into a future crafted with your healing in mind, a future where your soul can breathe, a future where your heart can rest, a future where your steps feel steady because God is with you in every step you take. The past had lessons, but the past does not hold your promise. The past had comfort, but it did not hold your calling. The past had moments, but it could not hold your destiny. Going back would only shrink you into a version of yourself that you've already outgrown. Going forward, that's where you meet the healed you, the strengthened you, the aligned you, the you that God has been forming through every silent battle and every whispered prayer. I want you to hear this as gently and as truthfully as possible. Your future is not behind you. Your blessing is not behind you. Your peace is not behind you. Everything you've been praying for is ahead of you, and you do not walk toward it alone. God is walking with you. God is fighting for you. God is preparing the way. God is lighting the steps. God is surrounding your heart with strength you didn't even know you had. Now, my friend, as we close this message, I speak this blessing over you with peace and love. May God steady your steps and quiet every fear. May He open the doors that belong to your destiny and close every door that leads you back to pain. May He release a deep peace into your spirit, the kind that holds you even in the unknown. May clarity come, may strength rise, may hope return. May your heart be restored in the gentle presence of God, and may you walk forward with courage, with confidence, and with the quiet knowing that something truly beautiful, something heaven designed, something perfectly timed is waiting for you ahead. In Jesus' name, amen. Take one last gentle breath, place your hand over your heart, and whisper this softly to yourself. I'm not going back. God is guiding me forward.